hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you?
Damn, JJ.
You hate me, don't you?
Same thing with UMG and the song Not Like This. Said Kendrick didn't use the word beauty and certain documents from the file itself. You know what I mean? This video, this clip you're about to see is about 6 minutes. And saying that he would amend the relationship. Let's say if he bought him a white bottle of Bel Air. He says denied that shit and said nah with no comment at that. That nigga just said no. Judge, you feel me? That was talking about him asking for that notion for him to be able to perform at the Milwaukee. Yo, what's happening? It is Kons Podcast. This is episode 242 today. What's going on? It is a Thursday. It is the weekend, the pre-weekend before the weekend. You know what I'm saying? It is Thursday. We have almost done with this week. You know what I'm saying? It is the pre-weekend before the weekend. You know what I'm saying? It is May 8th, 12:36 in the afternoon out here in Cali. You know what I'm saying? And the weather is getting warmer and warmer by the day, unfortunately. You know what I mean? Coldness is slowly going away, and I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it. You feel me? It's finna be hot for days and days on end, and I ain't ready for it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed yesterday's episode. You know what I'm saying? Yesterday's episode when we went over Andre 3000 missing out, putting the missing posters out for his lost blue notebook. You know what I'm saying? We definitely touched on that and how he had a piano strapped to his back. He also showed you the clip where he explained that piano on his back. You know what I'm saying? We touched on Cuba Gooding Jr. and Diddy's son, Justin Combs, has been dismissed from the case for failing to serve the paperwork before the deadline. So they have been removed from that case. We also covered A$AP Rocky said he auditioned for Solo, the part that Childish Gambino had got playing the character named Lando Calrissian. You know what I'm saying? We also talked about how Kanye West walked off an interview with Piers Morgan because apparently he got his motherfucking followers wrong. Kanye said, "Hey, don't take inches off my dick, bro." That'll be so. That was yesterday's episode 241. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all enjoyed that. Hope y'all enjoyed episode 241. You feel me? Today is gonna be episode 242. You know what I'm saying? Got a few little topics, just 3 little topics for you today. You know what I mean? Not too much. You know what I'm saying? So today, you know what I'm saying, for episode 242, we're gonna be going over Drake is adding to the lawsuit, and he's mentioning and bringing up Kendrick's Super Bowl performance. UMG had definitely fired back with a bunch of shit trying to get that defamation lawsuit dismissed. You know what I'm saying? We're going to touch on that first. Then Rick Ross said he open to amending the relationship between him and Drake. You know what I'm saying? We're also going to touch on how Sean Kingston filed a notice to the courts asking them if they can let him perform at the Milwaukee Summerfest. We're going to go into if the judge allowed him to or not. So that's the topics we're going to be going over today for episode 242. You know what I'm saying? This your first time here, you just hit that subscribe button. This your first episode. This is what we do right here on Kons Podcast. We go over the news, headlines, the shit that went viral, shit that made a move, shit that had motion, whatever headline that had made motion and went across your screen, whatever you brought up YouTube or brought up Google or brought up your news site, whatever the case may be. If something that had went viral or a headline that had made some noise, I'm probably talking about it and touching on it right here on Kons Podcast. You know what I'm saying? So stay tuned. If you just subscribed, I hope you hear and kick your lazy boy up and relax your feet. You know what I'm saying? And stay tuned and be tuned in Monday through Friday. You know what I mean? Because I got content for you Monday through Friday. You feel me? But yeah, though, you know what I'm saying? Without further ado, let's jump right into it without the rest of the banter. You know what I'm saying? Let's jump right into it. So Drake up first. So Drake is adding to the lawsuit You know what I'm saying? Add to the lawsuit and mention Kendrick's Super Bowl performance to the defamation of character lawsuit he filed with UMG. UMG continues to have the lawsuit dismissed. Drake alleges that the song Not Like Us has second-degree harassment in it and also claims that the promotion of Not Like Us violates New York general business law, but fails to allege any element for that claim. Less than 3 years ago, Drake signed a public petition criticizing the trend of prosecutors using rap lyrics against them, which is something crazy because now he in the same courtroom with a lawsuit talking about somebody's rap lyrics and using it against them. You feel me? We talking about Kendrick Lamar. That's what I'm saying. So Drake is doing the same thing with UMG, and the song Not Like Us said Kendrick didn't use the word PDF at the Super Bowl because UMG and Kendrick and the fans know that it's defamatory. This ignores other threats by Drake of additional meritless litigation. So that's pretty much saying, you know what I'm saying, Drake, you been doing the same shit. We can't forget about the diss songs that you put out too, nigga. You put out some diss songs too and made some allegations also that his wife was fucking on his best friend. You know what I'm saying? You also put that out there as an allegation. So you ain't the only one, you know what I'm saying, trying to talk about words is harming you and all this and that. When you did the same shit, it was a rap battle. Y'all was exchanging words at each other, you know what I'm saying? So that's why they said, you know what I mean, Drake is doing the same thing with UMG. They said the song Not Like Us didn't use the word PDF or Super because UMG and Kendrick know that it was defamatory. This ignores other threats by Drake of additional meritless litigation. Then he brings up several different comments of random people on Twitter who have commented on Drake. UMG said that the lyrics in the song just depicts past rumors and shit that we already know. We already seen. We already known and seen you involved in these things in the past. You know what I mean? And that's all the song is depicting, is just the past rumors and shit that's surrounding you. Surrounding you with, you know what I'm saying, Millie Bobby when she was 13. How she talking about all y'all did, y'all text the shit all day and y'all talk all the time. And he be giving her advice on boys. This nigga was 30 something. She was 13 during that interview when she said that. Also the video of him kissing the 17-year-old girl that I still have on my hard drive. Know what I'm saying? I might even throw it up talking about it. I might even put it up there for you so you can see. He did kiss that 17-year-old girl on stage. Know what I'm saying? Also allegations of Drake having sexual relations with minors he had to debunk in the past. Also brought up the cover art for the song, which depicts 8 registered sex offenders at his house. Says its opinion that allegations and rumors. Yeah, he said that, they said that, UMG said that it's opinion on allegations and rumors and not fact. So UMG is definitely trying to claim that, you know what I mean, putting out there that this shit is all, it's just not factual shit. It's just shit and it's rap lyrics, you know what I mean? It's just rap lyrics, you know what I'm saying? Since they trying to throw out the case that he's filing on UMG for defamation. You know what I mean? So this next little video you're about to see is just dude breaking it all down and covering all down and furthermore into what I just told you. He's gonna further break it down with court documents and certain documents from the file itself. You know what I mean? This video, this clip you're about to see is about 6 minutes, but it's compact with a whole bunch of information towards this case that Drake had just filed. Furthermore, on this defamation situation with Drake and UMG and Kendrick Lamar. Check this clip out.
UMG has filed their memorandum of law in support of their file for motion to dismiss in the Drake versus UMG case over defamation because of the song Not Like Us. Now, this memorandum included a lot of the stuff I already spoke to you guys about before. So let's go over some things that were included that I found the most interesting. First, I don't remember if I spoke about this before, but I believe this is vital. So it says, Drake also alleges that Not Like Us constitutes second-degree harassment, but sues under a criminal statute that has no private right of action and does not prescribe speech. Finally, Drake claims that UMG's promotion of Not Like Us violates New York general business law, but fails to allege any of the elements for that claim. Less than 3 years ago, Drake himself signed a public petition criticizing the trend of prosecutors using artists' creative expression against them by treating rap lyrics as literal fact. See UMG's request for judicial notice. Example A, as Drake recognized when it comes to rap, the final work is a product of the artist's vision and imagination. I'll stop there briefly. I think that is a vital thing to bring up because with the Young Thug case that was happening out in Atlanta, they were trying to use Young Thug's lyrics against him as evidence of alleged crimes committed. And this was something that a lot of rap artists spoke out about, and they all signed petitions saying, hey, our rap is art. You cannot use our rap lyrics in court as actual evidence or fact. Ironically, now Drake is using lyrics used against him in a rap battle. Come on, let's continue. Now, this part refers to the Super Bowl. It says, Drake contends that the decision to not include the words PDF as used in the lyrics certified PDFs, certified lover boy, certified, you feel me? In Lamar's Super Bowl performance could only reflect that the language is defamatory. So Drake was saying, hey, the reason he didn't say that during his Super Bowl performance because he knows and you guys know that it's defamatory. But this ignores any number of other explanations for the decision, such as threats by Drake of additional meritless litigation. So they saying, you're saying he didn't say this because we knew it was defamatory, but the actual reason was you were threatening to include that in the lawsuit as well if he said it at the Super Bowl. You feel me? Now, this part is about Drake and his legal team including a bunch of comments where people were saying that Drake is a PDF and he was going to get what he deserved and he was like Epstein and all that they included in their documentation. They said the comments cited by Drake's complaint make this point. They are rife with grammatical errors, slang, and emojis, and authored by sources such as at Wrestling Warrior 15, at Meow Meow 1234 Meow, and at I'm Chicken Little. And that point being, it's a bunch of like faceless, nameless accounts saying things on the internet. And if we want to use that in a defamation case, like for one, they have nothing to do with these accounts. Secondly, like people on the internet say stuff, especially Twitter. It is the wild, wild west over there. Like you want to cite things that people say on Twitter. Hey man. Now this gets a little more sticky. This is when we start talking about Drake's history of weird activities with children. Let's fast forward to the point where they say when Millie Bobby Brown was 13, she met Drake at a concert. He was 30 or 31 at the time. She said they would text a lot in interviews and they maintained this friendship where he would give her advice about boys, stuff like that. This was spoken about in interviews. Allegations of Drake having inappropriate relationships with minors is a topic Drake has had to debunk in the past. Not Like Us reflects these rumors surrounding Drake's personal life. And again, I always said this is where it gets sticky for Drake in court, because now let's say this motion to dismiss is not passed and they continue with this, right? And this goes to court. Now every single thing, that video of you on stage with the minor, the Millie Bobby Brown, the Sky Jackson, all of these things get brought up, and it's now like, and it's probably stuff that we are unaware of that people in the industry are more aware of that gets brought up now, you know? And it's like, do you want to put yourself through this over the song? Bro, you're good. Your career is still moving. I think, let me not give my opinion. Let's continue. This is the last point I'll talk about. Likewise, the cover image of Drake's Toronto house is obviously doctored, further underscoring the non-factual nature of Not Like Us. Again, no reasonable viewer would believe that the images of Drake's mansion with 13 sex offender marks is real. The image is hyperbolic and exaggerated, conveying opinion, not fact. These were just some of the points that were brought up that I feel like I didn't talk about before, and I would throw these in instead of repeating and regurgitating a lot of the things that I said in my previous videos about this. Again, this is just part of their motion to dismiss. There's going to be an oral part too, where they have to stand before the judge and give their takes and whatnot. And it's up to the judge. It doesn't guarantee anything, but we'll see how this plays out, man. How do you guys feel about it? Did you get a chance to read it? How do you feel about some of the pieces I told you guys about? Let me know in the comments, man. Till next time I'm out of here, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. It's linked in the bio on my main account. Make sure you go there on my main account and subscribe to the YouTube in the bio. I'm out of here. You shitting me?
Seeing that was him just further breaking it down for you, going into the firework, going into everything that Drake was doing and Drake was saying and telling you how, you know what I'm saying? These are just rap lyrics. He also signed a petition years ago to not use rappers' lyrics in the case in courts. And here he is doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Biting his own tongue. But yeah, as you seen, he just broke it all down for you, went into some court documents and all that. Excuse me. Can y'all hear me? Is this thing on? Can y'all see me? Excuse me. Yeah. Pardon the interruption to this episode, you feel me? But if you ain't hit that subscribe button, right now is your time to hit that subscribe button right in the middle of this episode, you feel me? Right in the middle of this episode where I am putting this insert to let you know to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. I got content coming for you Monday through Friday. You know what I'm saying? Keeping you updated on all the updates, news, and headlines. You feel me? So if you fuck with the constant content that I am dropping Monday through Friday, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Do that shit right now before we get back to the episode. Did you do it? Let's get back to the episode. Showed you some different points and shit that's going on in that case with him filing for defamation against UMG. UMG is definitely clapping back, saying that, nigga, we do the same shit for all our artists as we did for you. You ain't no different. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why you trying to sue us for defamation when we do the same thing for you as we did for Kendrick. Y'all are both artists on Universal. So UMG is definitely firing back and trying to get that shit thrown out. Rick Ross went on an interview with Bootleg Kev. And Bootleg Kev got to asking him, is there any chance that what happened with the Drake beef, how did that start about? And is there any chance that y'all could amend that? And Rick Ross definitely said, you know what I'm saying, real niggas stay real. And he also said that it wasn't really nothing serious, you know what I'm saying? But if it is something serious, then it is what it is. You know what I mean? And he said that he could probably send him a white bottle of Bel Air. And he said, I'll take a picture with you. Boss. Boss, give me a Bel Air. I'll take a picture with you. Boss. So Rick Ross, you know what I'm saying, said this in a Bootleg Kev interview. So this little clip you about to see, this next clip you about to see is him saying this about Drake and saying that he would amend the relationship. Let's say if he bought him a white bottle of Bel Air, he said he'll take a picture with Drake for that. Check this clip out.
The root cause of the falling out with Drake, was it? Someone had told me it was because of the way he had treated French on a record. Is that?
I mean, I spoke on that on the record I released. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all got classics together.
If it's real, if real is gonna stay real. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Was it something really deep? Nah, that though. But if it's real, it's real. And that's what it is.
Could that ever be something you could ever see, like you guys talking it out, and you guys have so many classics together, such a long history together?
You never know. If a nigga send me a bottle of Luke Bel Air, especially the white one, you know, you
the
never
white
know.
Bottle, yeah.
Yeah,
white bottle
for any of these young out here.
Especially if it's a Magnum.
Send me a white Bel Air bottle, and I'll take a picture with you, because that white Bel Air bottle is the, you know what I'm saying?
You see, you know what I'm saying? That was who we all know as the biggest boss. You know what I mean? Saying that he would amend that relationship with Drake if Drake sent him a white Bel Air bottle. I guess the white Bel Air bottle is something special. I guess that's a special bottle. You know what I mean? I guess that's the high end bottle. I don't know, but he was definitely specific about the white Bel Air bottle. You feel me? He said if Drake was to send him that, he might take a picture with him. You know what I'm saying? And squash the beef. You feel me? But yeah, though. You know what I'm saying? That was Rick Ross. You know what I mean? That was Rick Ross there on if he would amend his beef with Drake. You know what I'm saying? Up next is Sean Kingston. So Sean Kingston, you know what I'm saying? We all know Sean Kingston. You know what I mean? The classic, you're way too beautiful, girl. That's why it'll never work. You know, we all heard that shit. We heard it when he came out. The song made echoes. Everybody was slapping that on their news, on on their radio stations in every city, in every hood, every borough. That shit made a whole lot of echoes, you know what I'm saying? So we are familiar with who Sean Kingston is. Now we all understand that he went to jail, him and his mama, for wire fraud. They got about 5 taps of wire fraud. You feel me? 5 charges of wire fraud, and each of them carry about 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So they are looking at the rest of their lives in prison. You feel me? Due to these wire frauds. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason what he just got arrested for, him and his mama. So he was just putting in the notion, asking the judge if he can make some money because he is paid bail in his own house arrest. You know what I'm saying? So he was asking the judge if he could go and perform and make some money. It'll be lucrative, he said. He also was like, man, I'll tell y'all where I'm going. I'll supply y'all with the travel itineraries. I'll keep in touch with the probation. You know, pretty much he was pretty much begging for them to let him perform. You know what I'm saying? And the judge denied that nigga. You know what I mean? The judge denied that shit and said, nah, with no comment at that. That nigga just said, no, fuck all that, nigga. You got all these different counts of wire fraud. You owe about $1 million. Ain't no motherfucking way I'm finna let you get out and have fun and party with the bitches and shit and drink and perform on stage. Nah. Judge said no, with no comment. You know what I'm saying? So this next little clip you're about to see is just a little clip explaining the situation. Now, mind you, this clip sound like it was before the judge had said no. This is about him filing and asking if he could perform at the Milwaukee Summerfest to gain some little bread real quick. And the judge said no. But this clip that you're going to see is definitely before the judge had made a decision. Check this clip out.
He's so broke from home detention, he's actually asking a judge for a night off to make some cash. Imagine being stuck at home unable to earn while facing serious charges. That's Kingston right now. He's filed a motion to perform at Summerfest in Milwaukee on June 20th, 2025. His lawyer is trying to convince the court it's a legit festival gig, not some shady club appearance, and a real chance for him to get his finances straight. They're promising full transparency. Detailed travel plans, buenas buenas, check-ins with his probation officer, the whole 9 yards. Plus, he's apparently been a model detainee so far, no bond violations. Remember, he's on home detention, already convicted of wire fraud, after posting a $100,000 bond while awaiting sentencing. He and his mom allegedly scammed luxury brands out of about $1 million. Now they're both looking at up to 20 years in prison, with that sentencing set for August 15th, 2025. So, will the judge let him sing for his supper, or is it a no-go?
As you see, you know what I'm saying? That was of the judge. You feel me? That was, talking about him asking for that notion for him to be able to perform at the Milwaukee Summerfest. And the judge said, hell nah, I ain't fucking with that. You feel me? With no comment, though. You know what I'm saying? That nigga just said no. It didn't leave no comment, no why, no nothing. Nigga just no. My nigga, no. It's not happening. You feel me? Judge definitely shut that shit down. We don't even know the reason as to why he said no. But goddamn it, the judge shut that shit down fast. You feel me? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's all I have for today. Quick little 3 topics. That was Sean Kingston. His trial is set to continue on August 15th. You know what I mean? So he can't go perform, can't get that whatever $100,000, whatever probably that he was gonna get paid to perform. Judge said, hell nah, fuck all that and fuck your money. You owe us $1 million, nigga. Fraud. So yeah, the judge is playing strictly ball, hard ball with that one for sure. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's all I got for today, though. This has been episode 242. You know what I'm saying? In today's episode, we talked about Drake. You know what I mean? Adding Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance to the defamation lawsuit that he has going on with UMG. UMG is definitely fired back and said that the lyrics is only depicting and alleging certain rumors and situations from your past. So I don't see how it's defamatory that you are suing for. UMG is trying to get that shit thrown the fuck out. Then we also touched on Rick Ross said he is open to amending the relationship with Drake. Said if he sent him a white Bel Air bottle, he'll probably take a picture with him. Huh. Boss. Sean Kingston filed a motion to courts to let him perform at the Milwaukee Summerfest and tried to plead with the courts and say how give you the travel plans and check in with probation and all that. Anything you need me to do, just let me get out there and make some bread, goddammit. And the judge said no, with no comment. That's everything we talked about today. And for the closing thoughts on this Drake situation, you know what I'm saying? Y'all heard me speak on this before. You feel me? Drake is suing for defamation of character. You know what I mean? Claiming that Kendrick Lamar's PDF lyric in the song, you know what I mean? Certified lover boy, certified what? You know, we heard it. You feel me? So he's saying that's defamation, but now I don't think it's gonna fly. I mean, with UMG firing back with the way they firing back, I mean, what they're saying makes perfect sense. All this shit is just alleging and talking about the past rumors about you anyway. This is shit that already been out there. It ain't like Kendrick was putting something out there that we didn't know. You know what I'm saying? He definitely just opened our eyes to it further. You know what I mean? Maybe might have reopened the box. You know what I'm saying? But if for anything, the shit was already there. You know what I mean? He was on stage kissing that girl. He was on there. He was on stage kissing that 17-year-old girl after she told you she was 17. My nigga, you went and kissed her 3 times, 3 different parts of her face. You know what I'm saying? You still did that. And you talked about how her breast felt nice on your chest when you hugged her and told her she was thick for her age. And what are you doing this thick? You're only 17. This is what Drake said on stage. Also, there has been other rumors with him being into minors and shit like that. So that's all this song is really talking about. Just the past shit that's already been against you, my nigga. And they would do the same thing for you if you was to win the battle and people fucked with your music more than they fucked with Kendrick's music. Yeah, UMG would have did the same shit for you. That's the thing about this lawsuit. It wouldn't even be a lawsuit if you hadn't lost this battle with Kendrick Lamar. You know what I'm saying? So because you out here losing and the world has declared you a loser, you going to the law and suing. It makes you look real soft. It makes you look real incapable of having someone talk about you. Like you can't handle lyrics being aimed at you or something. You know what I mean? The whole court thing is just not a good look for anyone who takes someone to court over a goddamn rap battle that you started at that. You would sneak this in first. Lord have mercy. Rick Ross said he was open to amending the Drake relationship. You know what I'm saying? Whatever beef he had, he put out Champagne, whatever the song he was, the diss track he put out against Drake. You know what I mean? So he said he was open to amending that relationship. I don't think that was no real beef anyway. I don't know where the diss came from with Rick Ross, but he just decided to jump on that shit and diss him. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? I guess because he might have mentioned his name a little bit in some song. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that wasn't even no real beef to begin with. I think Rick Ross knows that, and I think Drake know that. You know what I mean? So Rick Ross said he could buy him a white Bel Air bottle and he'll take a picture with him. Huh? The boss. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that shit wasn't no beef anyway. You know what I mean? So that's why he opened into amending that shit. It wasn't no real funk. You know what I mean? You put out the track, Drake didn't even respond to you. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't no real funk anyway. You know what I mean? That shit should be squashed. You know what I'm saying? That ain't no real beef because you dissed him for what? You know what I mean? I don't even recall Drake dropping a diss track about Rick Ross. He might have name dropped you or something in a verse, but never was there a diss track just strictly about Rick Ross from Drake. So that shit is easily amended. You know what I mean? Sean Kingston asked for the notion for the courts to let him go perform and make some bread. The judge said, hell nah, swiftly. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know what's up with that. Maybe the judge is trying to make an example out of them wire frauds. Maybe the judge is feeling the way that you got off and with millions of fraudulent dollars. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But definitely the judge is not feeling this notion as far as him wanting to make that bread. You feel me? Now, if I was Sean Kingston, I'd definitely be mad at that. I'd definitely be mad about that. If I'm on ankle monitor, on probation, I made bail, I'm at the house, and I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And I got a chance to make a quick $150,000, $200,000, however much they was gonna pay him to perform. I imagine it's somewhere along them lines. You know what I'm saying? I imagine. is somewhere around the 100K, 150, 200,000. You know what I mean? So he was trying to go get that bread, and the judge said, hell nah, I ain't allowing that shit. So I think the judge is definitely making some type of example out of dude and showing the world that, nigga, you can't just commit 5, 6, 7 different wire frauds, owe millions, and then think you finna just be let out and party and perform and drink and smoke weed and do whatever it is that these rappers do upon performing at these shows. You know what I mean? Judge said, hell no, I ain't allowing it. So it's all bad for Sean Kingston, you know what I mean? It's all bad. Certain things you need to think about before consequences take place. You know what I'm saying? The consequence of what you did has already taken place. So therefore, the judge is like, nah, you know what I'm saying? You should have thought about this shit before you was out here frauding motherfuckers of $200,000-$300,000. You know what I mean? So yeah, judge ain't fucking with him. But that's my closing thoughts. Episode 242 for these 3 little topics that we went over today. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Because we all know you could have been doing anything you wanted to do in this world. As a free son, a free brother, as a free sister, a free older sister, as a free auntie, a free uncle, as a free husband, a free wife, a free mother, a free dad. You know what I'm saying? Whoever you is, and if you got pets that come and sit and watch Kons Podcast with you, whether your pet is a pet dog, whether you got a pet goat, a pet hog, a pig, whether you got a pet bird, whether you got a pet ant farm, whether you got a pet motherfucking lion, a cheetah, goddammit, whether you got a pet snake, motherfucking, and this motherfucking slithering around and flicking his tongue out trying to smell the podcast, goddammit. I definitely fuck with you and your animals, you feel me? You know what I mean? Salute to y'all. Like you see my nigga scrolling up the screen, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. You feel me? This has been episode 242. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna keep it on moving. You feel me? Tell a friend about it. Tell somebody else about it. You know what I mean? Let somebody else know about this podcast that you've been watching and you fuck with it. Because it's been coming at you Monday through motherfucking Friday, hitting you with current updates and news and all that shit, keeping you updated on the Diddy case, on whatever trial, whoever that took place, the Drake case and all that shit. I'm keeping updates on all that. You feel me? So definitely tell somebody else about it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, though, thank you for tuning in. This has been episode 242. You know what I'm saying? You hear that beat getting louder in the background. I mean, we have concluded this episode. You feel me? And you are about to watch these credits. Watch these credits as I put some more little closing thoughts and opinions and little closing sentences on these here topics as the credits roll up. But definitely listen to the slapping ass beat that you gonna hear during these credits. You know what I'm saying? Stay tuned and I'll see y'all next episode.
You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you? Don't you? You hate me, don't you?